Hello, Super Sleuths. I'm Gumshu, and I'll be your Deck Detective. Deck Detective is a series in which every week I play and discuss a new deck. This week, we're looking at Libromancer, a ritual deck that is themed around a group of otherwise normal teenagers channeling the power of fiction to fight with their assigned personifications. Its persona, the archetype, complete with gay subtext that specialize in field swarming while avoiding many of the locks that make other ritual decks more xenophobic in service of searching and summoning rituals with varying levels of use. With that, let's get into the deck list. Here's the list, and as someone who tested this deck at the TCG, this hurts a little to see. Let's get into the card by card. 3 Veiler, 3 Maxi, 3 Diviner the Herald, the deck's best normal summon, 3 Ash Blossom, 3 Libromancer Geek Boy, reveals a ritual to special summon, and then searches a spell. Fire, reveals a ritual to special summon, then searches a monster. Artifact Scythe, if summoning an opponent's turn, it locks them out of the extra deck. One agent on field, they can target a Libromancer monster or Libromancer card in grave, add it to hand, and then if it was a spell trap, place a card from hand on bottom of the deck. One Nibiru, a Ben 10, Libromancer Doombroker. This card is virtual summoned using a monster on the field. It can attack directly. During your main phase, you can set a Libromancer trap directly from your deck, and then if it inflicts battle damage to your opponent, you can target a face-up monster your opponent controls and shuffle it into the deck. And then finally, Libromancer Fire Burst for the rituals. If this card is ritual summoned by using a monster on the field, it cannot be destroyed with battle. Also, any battle damage it inflicts to your opponent is doubled. It can take up to 2 monsters attacks on monsters during the battle phase, and then when a monster declares an attack, you can banish a Libromancer ritual monster from your graveyard. This card gains 200 attack. 3 Preparation of Rites, searches a level 7 level ritual. A Pot of Prosperity, 3 Libromancer First Appearance, the field spell on activation, it adds a Libromancer monster from deck to hand using a different name with the cards you control. And then during your main phase, not once per turn, you can ritual summon a Libromancer ritual monster from your hand by tributing monsters from your hand or field whose total levels equal or exceeds level. 2 Emergency Teleport, Geek Boy is a Psychic, 2 Called by the Grave, a Forbidden Droplet, 3 Imperm, and Libromancer Intervention. When your opponent activates a card effect, target 1 Libromancer ritual monster you control, return it to the hand, and if you do negate that activated effect, then you can special summon 1 Libromancer monster from your hand or graveyard. In the extra deck, we have an Intis and 2 Arclight, sends off Diviner, Crystal Wing Secret Dragon, and Ultimate Zolkin. Sometimes if your Doombroker gets Impermed or Veilered, or if you're in a grind game and you have an agent and a diviner left over, you can, and you've already gone through Baron, you can make Zolkin into Crystal Wing. A Dugaris, I don't know if this is going to come up, but in theory you could boost the attack of Fire Burst for an OTK. Link Gabribo, sometimes you can link one Fire, who is a Cyburst, to make this. Hita and Win, Fire is a Fire attribute, and Geek Boy is a Wind attribute, so Charmers for them. IP Masquerena, a Dagda. When an effective another card on the field is activated, you can set an artifact monster from your hand or deck to your spell trap, so it does a spell destroy it during your opponent's next end phase. With this, you can Scythe Block, Nightmare Unicorn, Appaloosa, and Access Code Talker. Now that we've done the card by card, let's play some games. We'll play 2 games, one in which I win that I commentate over, and one in which I lose that I commentate over. The game is afoot. It's time to make history. Our first game is up against Sword Soul, and oh boy, we've opened a nice hand. We start with the Preparation of Rites, searching Ben 10. Then we use another Preparation of Rites, this time to search Doombroker. Next, we dig with Prosperity to see what we can find, sifting through a Maxi, a Geek Boy, an Ash, another Ash, Scythe, and Fire. We take the Ash because we've got everything we need, and here come the fireworks. Fire effect in hand, revealing Ben 10 to summon, then effect on field to search Geek Boy. Next we normal summon Diviner effect, dumping Herald of Arclight from extra deck, increasing its level by 4 up to 6. Arclight effect, we search Fire Burst, and then we Secret Diviner and Fire into Baronne de Fleur. Next we Geek Boy, reveal Ben 10 to summon, and an on-field effect to search First Appearance. Then we activate First Appearance, searching Libromancer Agent. Agent to summon. Then Agent effect, targeting the Fire in graveyard to add back to hand. Agent and Geek Boy, link off into Dagda. Then we use First Appearance effect for ritual summoning, chaining Dagda to set Scythe from our deck. tribute Benten, summon Doombroker, then use Benten's effect to search another diviner for follow-up. Doombroker effect to set intervention from deck, then we use Barone to pop Scythe, putting in graveyard for us to summon back with Barone on their next standby phase. After that, we pass. They draw for turn, and we make it to standby where we use Barone effect targeting the Scythe in graveyard to put herself back in extra deck and summon. Scythe effect resolves, and our opponent is now locked out of the extra deck for the turn. When they normal summon Moyi, I know that the game is won. They use its effect, then use the Longwan effect. Moving to battle to swing over Dagda with Moyi, or setting 2, and passing. For turn, we draw Maxi, and when they activate Blackout, we chain the intervention we have set, and then they concede. That went about as perfectly as you could hope for. Let's see what happens when that doesn't happen. Move to main, and then activate Prosperity, banishing 6 to see what we can find. Reveal Scythe, Maxi, Libromancer Intervention, Libromancer Fireburst, Called by the Grave, and Effect Veiler. We decide to take Called by the Grave for some protection, and then we go ahead and start the combo. Fire Effect, revealing Benten, then a Fire Effect to search Geek Boy, then Geek Boy Effect, revealing Benten, to summon, Geek Boy Effect to search First Appearance. Activate First Appearance, searching Doombroker. Then we Doombroker Effect, or First Appearance Effect, tribute Benten, summon Doombroker, Benten Effect, search Diviner, and Doombroker to set intervention. Then we normal Diviner, sending Arclight, searching Fireburst with it. We synchro into Barone, set a card, then use Barone, popping Geek Boy to play around Super Poly, as Geek Boy plus Barone equals Muddragon of the Swamp. After that, we pass turn. Our opponent draws and summons a Mono Iwado, and the horrifying realization sets in that we're playing against Runic. They activate Tip to search Fountain, which we can't stop with Intervention since Intervention only negates activated effects, thereby not removing the Fountain if we negate it. They Flashing Fire, pop the Barone, then use Allure and Fountain effect, targeting 2, the latter of which we Intervention to try and stop. That resolves. Intervention, bounce back Doombroker to negate, summoning back the Fire, Fountain, and Allure to banish 1, finishing the 1 agent from our deck. They set 2 and pass, returning a mono to the hand. Return, I draw Fire, then I move to main where I normal Maxi, trying to spam the board with bodies. They immediately use Flashing Fire on Fire and trigger the Fountain to draw 3, and at this point it's pretty much lost. We target the 3 in graveyard, and that resolves, putting them back, drawing 3, Allure to banish 1. We fire, search Geek Boy, fire, search Geek Boy, and Geek Boy, summon, searching another First Appearance. We have maybe one more hope in trying to kill them this turn with Fire Burst in case they don't have another Runic spell. We fire, search Geek Boy, we Ritual Summon Fire Burst with Maxi and Doombroker in hand, to which to chain TC Boot, ruining our lethal push. We swing for 6,800 damage in total, but it just isn't enough. We pass, praying they don't have more Runic Fuel. For turn, they draw and use Destruction, popping the set called by, that with Allure banishing 5 cards from our deck. They set and fast without using Fountain, and I know at this point they have to rush to battle to hope that they'll let that through, but I know better. Fireburst swing, trying for lethal, then they use Destruction on Declaration to summon Gary, and after they use Fountain, I scoop it up, knowing there's not much more I can do. So we're back, and yeah, I hate to break this to you, but this deck is not good. Its in-archetype payoff is basically 1 negate from a trap card, and anything beyond that is not searchable, and also isn't even good against every deck in the meta. Verdicts are the same as usual. Going by predicted expected ranking, Law-Abiding Nursing Home Resident is below Platinum, Harmless Delinquent is Platinum, Lone Wolf is low Diamond, while Public Enemy number 1 is Diamond 1. Now up for Judgment, Libromancer. The deck does some things well. It has a pretty good resource loop once it gets going. Agent, Fire, and Geek Boy can be a steady supply of bodies whose effects can be triggered on both players' turns with intervention, meaning you have good access to a Link toolbox. The main engine is pretty small, allowing around 13 to 16 stable cards in your deck, depending on preference. Its best end board is very oppressive against certain decks. Decks like Brand Despia or Sword Soul just kinda die if you Scythe-lock them. The deck has noticeable weaknesses though. Its end boards often revolve around unsearchable pieces. The full Scythe end board is 2 Libromancer names and Ben 10 or Diviner. Oftentimes your Doombroker set intervention passing, which is just not enough to win games. It's bricky. While not quite as bad as some other decks, which we'll see next week, this deck needs to open 2 and 3 card combos to do anything. This makes it open bad hands often, and recovering from getting stopped is near impossible. And finally, it has a hard time getting going second or playing through Disruption. While it can play many hand traps, it's also quite fragile, and an Ash on Geek Boy or even just removing first appearance can stop the deck in its tracks. All in all, while it has really cool aesthetic value, it lost too much from its peak in the TCG to be competitive here. That's why this deck gets a harmless delinquent rating. Thank you for watching. If you would like more guidance on how to make this deck work from people who have played the deck more than me, I highly recommend the Libromancer Discord server and the Yu-Gi-Oh! Archetype repository, or the Libromancer channel on the Master Duel Meta Discord server. If you liked this video, consider liking and subscribing to me, and also comment below what you liked, what you think needs improvement, or tell me my list was garbage. Also, check me out on Twitter, where I follow other VTubers and Yu-Gi-Oh! Content, as well as post updates of my thoughts, and Twitch, where I stream Master Duel rank climbs, other Master Duel or Yu-Gi-Oh! Related content, and other games. Also, if you'd like to discuss my content or Yu-Gi-Oh! In general with other like-minded people, consider joining my Discord, linked in the description. Thank you, and have a good day.